Alright, hello everybody, welcome to the stream here on VRML Channel 2. I'm Palidore. We've got here for you, some EU, Chameleons and Fireballs about to start off in the Gold Division, ranked 32 and 26 respectively. Very respectively at that, because yeah, these teams here, 12 and 13 on the record, then 18 and 15 for the Fireballs. This match actually a cast redemption with the channel point rewards, but happy to do it and check out these teams. Expecting a super competitive match here and getting my look here on the season on Chameleons and Fireballs about to start off. You can see over on the Chameleons side, we have ourselves Dark Phoenix, Peekaboo, Chirby, and Archer. Archer 2406. And over on the orange side, we've got Thomic, Freshy Fresh, VR Zajda, hopefully that's good, and Gracchus. So, about to start now. Thank you guys for joining over there in the Twitch chat. And let's get to it, shall we? And let me also switch my overlays, shall I? There we go, we're good. And we're off and underway. So, getting it started here, Freshy Fresh with the disc. And that's gonna go up to the trap. By the way, welcome to the Twitch chat. I think my mic is much better than before. Hopefully it is. If it's not, well, you can sue me. Yeah, having some issues in OCE last night, but I think we're good now. We're good to go. These teams are good to go. That is a flat bounce right off the bat. This could open up a three-point shot. Let's see. It will be the defense retreating back into the goal, however. So we are sending it over, and off the bounce, Gracchus with a stun, and connects on the goal for the first 2 points. A good way to start there, and heavy-handed way to start, if nothing else.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, so with that, Dark Phoenix, the disc with Peekaboo attached. Got Chirby as well, just managing to weave it past the double diamond and handing it right back off. Some good two-man game here coming in. Backing it out to Archer. So the spacing here pretty nice, and don't think twice. Well, they do have a score for the 2 points. Tie, and it's Peekaboo doing just that. Where are you? Right behind the goal. Nice score. Getting it started now for Chameleons.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So what's up to Babajor in there? How's the mic sound? Better, hopefully? Jimmy as well. See official. How do you pronounce your name again? I know it was a funky way. Official CV, I believe. Yes, I'm pretty sure on that one. Welcome to the chat. Pyro Games UK as well. Hypothetical. We have hypothetically got a great match so far. It's been just that nice pass. And Thomic with a very nice atomic pass from Freshy Fresh. We're getting started off in quite the fresh way. Minty fresh, in fact. I'm liking what I'm seeing on the passing plays from both these teams. Working it up the floor, finding the correct pass right inside the bubble, and immediately the connection to the goal after that. The chemistry is mighty fine to start it off here in this round. So Dark Phoenix over to the tunnel. There's Archer in it. Looking for maybe that bouncer that's going to be delivered directly to Peekaboo. Almost finding that three-point goal, but unfortunately the miss might be punished here in just a hot second. There it is. The stack, the dribble. Oh, but off the barrier, or actually off the geo. Doesn't matter. VR Zajda gets the goal. And if I butchered that pronunciation, I am very apologetic towards that, but VR definitely butchered that goal. Had to take a much tougher shot because of that bounce off the boot here, that geometry. So kind of a tougher angle, nearly had to hook it in just about from that corner, but hey, it was a great connection, so not too shabby whatsoever. Back to the other end of the floor. It's gonna bounce low, gonna bounce high, and hello, it's VR once again with the disc. But 3 players joining in inside that bubble for Chameleons, able to at least knock it loose, and now, well, they're freestyling up here at the cloud. So Dark Phoenix with the disc, sending it up to Chirby. Siphoning it like Kirby, and off into the bubble, but being stunned, taken back by Archer. And Archer into the mouth of the goal, the teeth of the defense, and biting down for another couple points. They're within 3.
11, 10, 9, 8,
Pyro Games saying, Pally, it's Zyda. Thank you. I only said it wrong twice. You've saved my life. I owe you channel points. Just kidding, because we can't reward those. But I do owe you a Dr. Pepper, if and when we ever meet. I really dislike butchering names, and yet I do it so very much. I should probably start PMing people before I cast them, huh? But either way, I'm super impressed with. Look at that. Look at that. Freshy fresh from Grackets this time. As I was saying, super impressed with these passing plays right up and down the floor. They're efficient. I mean, look at that, 13 seconds off the clock that time, and just perfect connections all the way down. Now that said, we do have a timeout, maybe a mispress it looks like, because it was immediately unpressed. Is that a word? Depressed. Is that a word? Yes, it is, but I don't think that describes the game so much as me! Just kidding. Or am I? Alright, so over to the catapult. It's gonna be Dark Phoenix, Archer, and Sherby. All three linked up together. Let's see what they do here on this joust. So, going Dark Phoenix for the goal, and then just a split. One left tunnel, one right tunnel. And Pia Peekaboo kind of playing sort of a defender, in a way. Just trying to make a line, make a path for the QB. Meanwhile, Archer finding that disc, passing it over, but will be missed by Chirby. A little too strong on the pass. So VR will get the disc. Zeta, that is to say, gets the disc. Wait. Now I gotta clarify. Zeta or Zyda? Oh boy. See what I mean? Names. Anyway, the name of this game, Echo Arena, and the name so far for both these teams has just been passing plays all the way down the floor. Slapping plays at that for the clear into the trap. Going to be retained by Archer. Archer back to Chirby. Chirby has Pia and Dark Phoenix on that left side. Both of them aiming to cut, and there it is. Pia, Peekaboo, and off the dome, it looked like. Maybe just a save either way. Off the body at the very least. That much is true. Gonna have another shot at this one, but a good dive from VR. Zyda. I owe Pyro Games 2 Dr. Peppers. Be Dark Phoenix now. Looking for some grabs, but meanwhile, it's going to be Archer there, with plenty of time to spare. Now, on that note, maybe had enough time to look for a pass. Unfortunately, it will be a turnover, so VR will take the disc and into the tunnel. So Chirby, another one. That's a great pass, but another dive from Gracchus this time. We're seeing some great dive defense coming in from Fireballs on a lot of these opportunities where that pass goes out now. The receiver is actually pretty well covered, so the receiver has little time to actually work with and get anything going. That's the benefits of dive defense, certainly. Now, of course, if you miss your dives, well, then you kind of open up the lane for the numbers. That said, the numbers could have been 2. Great little short-range stat coming in. Dark Phoenix inverting, not converting, but rebounding, and another bounce off that ceiling. Will be Archer with a disc now and having it slip away off the stuns, but yet another recovery from Phoenix, but a ding again! So chaos is unfolding here inside that goal, and sideways past the Pia Peekaboo, but just miss it. So I'm noticing here for Chameleons, definitely, they've had a couple of good looks, but I think on a few of these passes and shot attempts, rushing just a little bit. You can see it right there again, right? The slap off that recovery where they may have had about half a second to 1 second to actually grab the disc and look for a pass. But for the last minute of play here, a little bit frantic on the action, and it has definitely resulted in some of these turnovers and missed goals. So if they can just clamp down on that, they should still be fine. And there it is. Fine shot from Dark Phoenix. And bringing light to the goal at that. They're within 3. So there you go. You know, the Echo Arena, it speeds up, it slows down. But as long as you can recognize when that happens, you can regain that control and look for your more, carefully aimed passes and shots. Take a deep breath, you'll be good. And right now, Chameleons are very good. They're within 3, so not too deep in the hole, but right over above the trench. The disc getting lost, though, to Dark Phoenix. So off they go. Gracchus and Freshy Fresh are going to be there, but so is Chirby and Archer. Now Archer looking for that pass to Chirby up from the cloud. Defense, meanwhile, taking place in the goal. All 4 players rejoining there, so a pass out to Archer on the sideline. Now Archer trying to back it out to the bow tie. And eventually taken here. So within 3, they don't necessarily have to shoot a 3-point shot. If they can find a patient 2, they should still be okay. They have enough time to score twice, but whatever they can get, they'll take. Thomas, though, Thomas. What did I do there? Thomic Never mind me. Got a thumb in my mouth, but right at the moment, Gracchus almost had the goal. 4-3, that could have definitely secured this round, potentially. Just looks like Thomas, okay? From a distance. My eyes are a little bit bad. Getting older. Freshy fresh, though. The disc holder from the top, that corner, back to Zeta, and says, hey there, we're gonna secure this away. Eventually. They didn't get the 3-point earlier, they only got a 2. But with a 5-point advantage and only about a minute left when this joust goes out, that's gonna be much more of a buffer. Going to Fireballs to potentially secure this round. Still not impossible, but Chameleons have to execute extremely quickly off this joust, so let's see. Looking like a turnover here, potentially. If nothing else, just a lot of chaos, but they still will get a clear. Now, 3 players for the Fireballs on the orange side, so they will have some time to take that, line up some more passes, and maybe even stall. At this point, if they can get control of the disc back, they don't need a score per se, but they still just may. Chirby taking it out of there, that would have been tremendous had it been scored. But now time's certainly not conducive to a comeback, but some stuns in the backfield. Meanwhile, the disc over in the front line by the orange bubble, defense returning now. And yeah, these gold teams here, asking Mr. Gauk? Boy, the names today just giving me all kinds of trouble. All kinds of trouble. You know what? Words. I was never one for them, but one for a win. It's the Fireballs. Pretty hot round to start off. 11-8, and certainly impressed with what I saw in this one. You know, in fairness to my words, I only just woke up in the last 45 minutes. You know how that goes, right? You know how it goes. I'm still in La La Land. But, yeah, again, super impressed with what I saw from these teams. I think in the latter 5 minutes or so for Chameleons, the one place of improvement would just be the turnovers and some of the rushing on a few of the passes, a few of the shots, things like that. We're seeing a lot of great control from them in the first portions, but then as they started sweating it out, maybe courtesy of the heat of the Fireballs, but some of those passes and shots just slightly rushed. And I mean only slightly. You know, it's not like they had a ton of time, but they may have had an extra, you know, half second to 1 second on some of those to take control. Meanwhile, for the Fireballs, definitely took a great control. They had that dive defense several times in that bubble. They had, you know, those quick stacks to get back on the disc once it was cleared and find some of those goals. But all in all, you know, it was still an even match, an even round. Hence the 3-point differential. Not too dramatic of a lead, either or. See Retep Worman there, as well as Dan from our creators team. Great to see you guys. Retep, of course, one of our new casters. Also, apologies on that note. I kind of solo grabbed this. I'm sure if I'd have made more of an advance warning, probably could have gotten another caster in here on that note. Like I said, just woke up, but this was actually a casted match redemption. I was plotting to cast, and probably should have done my diligence and gotten pinged Retep or something. You know, get some duo casting in here, because our new casters we're seeing that we brought on at the beginning of April, they're doing a killer job. So active and a lot of great casting ability we're seeing. Very, very impressed with what we're seeing. So great to have everyone here in the chat and on the casting team. Anyway, next time, rest assured we still have some weeks left to expend, so I'm quite sure I'm going to be getting a cast with Retep as well as some of our other new casters in the near future. Already had some with JG and Catastrophe. But yes, I'll say it here now. I'm going to get myself a cast with Retep before this season ends for sure. Probably multiple ones, in fact. Definitely now that we got the new casters all settled in, I'm much more available to cast than I was a week or two ago. Quite busy. But happy to be back on the booth, and right now it's round 2, and that is the truth. So Gracchus over to the bubble, launching and winning this one. Actually, Pia Peekaboo takes it back, but interception, stomach, and the shot attempt. But Peekaboo and Dark Phoenix were there for the recovery directly inside the goal. Into the trap here will be Chirby, taking it briefly and clearing that. So launching out, there's the take by Dark Phoenix, the 3! Oh, and the make! So a save from Thomik, dragging it in, however, for the 2-point shot. So at the very least, reduces the score by 1 point. But it's still a score nonetheless. And they're up by 2, Chameleons first on the board. Almost a great save. I mean, it still kind of was, saving a point. But just no anchor and could not get it out of the goal in time. So they will have to eat those points nonetheless. Archer here taking it back and actually bouncing it off Dark Phoenix, it looks like. Another attempt, flinging it deep into the orange zone. Now maybe linking up for a dribble. If they can get this, that'll be 2 in a row. There's Archer from the back, and that is Artser from Grakus. Great save. Denying the opportunity at a back-to-back goal. And now a recovery from Zeta into the goal, but taken by Pia once again. Pia over to Chirby, Chirby into the orange. So fast and frantic start, but in a good way, in a good way. There's some heavy pressure being mounted here by Chameleons. As you see, they are controlling this disc for a lot of this second round so far. Only a minute in, granted, a couple minutes in. But they're certainly not allowing, there it is, a turnover. They're not allowing a lot of time for Fireballs to work with. This pressure definitely has them off, has Fireballs off their kilter a little bit. So Dark Phoenix inverting the whirlwind and the whirl of a win in the goal, 4 points. 2 in a row indeed for Chameleons. Nice moves from Dark Phoenix. Man, the Cyclone, look at that, looking like Andy or Zach W over from NA with those whirls and the twirls. Wow, crafty, crafty, crafty. All right, sending it over to Thomik in the goal. And Dark Phoenix taking it away here. I know we don't have hydration points on this channel, but I probably should take one of those pretty soon. That's a great start. Look at this, a stack again coming down. That's a stun from Archer. Now they're bound for the goal. Left side to Peekaboo, and couldn't get it. But it still will rebound at least. Archer now sending to Dark Phoenix. I love this control. There you go, 6 points for Chameleons. And not an unfamiliar start, because we did see Chameleons have a similar start in the first round, where both Chameleons and Fireballs, they were just connecting left and right with so many great passes and control. It wasn't until the latter portions of round 1 that Chameleons started getting a little bit rushed. That said, it's just been a complete flip-flop as the shot will drop eventually for Chirby. Turning back into a 2-pointer. Missing that 3 opportunity, maybe a little too open. And you know what? Sometimes those open ones are, in fact, the easiest ones to miss. I've been there. Because suddenly, instead of operating on instinct, you're thinking about it too much. Because you have so much time to shoot. So it's kind of funny how that works, but that's how it is with a lot of sports, oftentimes. But that said, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day, because Chameleons, they're up by 8 points. An incredible start to this round to really turn it around, you know, and turn Fireballs on their heads. So needing to score here, but instead being stunned. And some dives. In fact, everyone on the defense diving out on Zeta there, or Zyda rather. All right, and yeah, correct. These teams, not NA indeed. These are some EU teams. And VRML bustling across the regions. You know, we have OCE, NA, EU, and all I know is the growth tremendous. We're going to be approaching something like 400 teams. We already have, I think, 4,300 active players now, something like that. It's been growing all season. That's the thing. It hasn't even been stagnating or devolving in either in any sense. Every week, pretty much, it's been growing, with few exceptions. But here for Fireballs, well, they're taking some great exception to what Chameleons have done in the second round. I mean, we're halfway through it and scoreless now. So really, it just turned on their heads, it seems like, with a clear here for Fireballs. This could get them going if they find some of those stacks that they had going in the first round. All 4 players for Fireballs getting there first. So this is a chance. They've got the numbers, and they've got the goal. Grakus with the first 2 points. assisted there by VR Zyda. See if that gets them going.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Retep in there saying, Chameleons are clean. I agree. Especially in this round. I mean, both these teams, that's what I was super thrilled with off the gate in round one, how well they were passing for both sides of the floor. But certainly this round being currently dominated by the Chameleons. Now, will that last? That's the question. With 2 goals in a row here, potentially for Fireballs about to happen. That could be all they need to really get them going. And so goes the ebbs and flows of Echo, right? Every single time. In any given 1 to 2 minute span, one team can catch fire, on the other side, it could be a different team catching fire, or fireballs. Watch your hands, don't get burned. It's a 4-point disadvantage only now, after that 8-0 run, 2 in a row, coming in from Fireballs. Nice way to get themselves back in this round and back in the game. They don't want to see a round 3. Chameleons, and me, I certainly do. Always makes for a more thrilling finish, doesn't it? With that said, another turnover, so this is super dangerous territory here for Chameleons. You do not want to see 3 in a row go in, because when you do, the snowball can begin. Wow, what a series of jukes there, almost getting through 3 different defenders, but unfortunately being stunned at the end. So again, it's going to be extremely, extremely important here for Chameleons to get back into that goal. Do not allow that snowball to start, because they scored 8 points in a row, but so far as Gracchus tries to make a goal, couldn't convert on it. Rebound to Archer. Was almost an opportunity to make it 6 points in a row for Fireballs. Still might have it yet. There's some stuns. Archer doing a nice job to contest, and a nice job to grab. What a reach out of the air. The reflex is incredible. The backboard shot could have been there had it not been for Peekaboo. Another grab by Zyda. Why do I keep doing that? I'm sorry, but we're flying back into the side wall, and a lot of brawls coming in on the side there. Meanwhile, contest from Peekaboo and Gracchus. And fresh recovery. They have Gracchus on the bow tie. And now trying to space this one out. A bounce pass. Wow. Gorgeous pass. Off the bounce, over the defense, and well, they're over the moon, because that is going to be 6 straight points from Fireballs after starting off very, very cold in the first 5 minutes of round 2.
5, 4, 3.
So what a comeback they've mounted. Chameleons, their lead has evaporated from the 8 points up to only 2 points now. If they can score here, that'd be wonderful from them. They did have the open goal. That could have been tough for Fireballs had that gone in. But Archer is going to have a recovery. Archer with a delivery, but just missing the grab, unfortunately. So up there, Chirby missing the goal with a ping, a ding rather, off the side. They're still going to have a chance to recover there. Some stuns going out. Nice one from Chirby. Chirby finding that pass to the corner, buries it. Peekaboo puts them back up by 4. And they will most definitely be able to breathe a slight sigh of relief here. Certainly not out of the woods. 4 points in 60 seconds, definitely possible for the Fireballs. But at the very least, this is some extra buffer, and that is some certain buffer on a stun from Archer. Archer slapping it over. I think was eyeing initially that potential long-distance bomb, but had knocked it off the Geo. End of the day, though, they're still going to have an opportunity, and with another tornado move from Dark Phoenix. Now going off Zyda there, looked like, but either or, that is a goal, and round 3 is going to be on the way real soon.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Really intriguing round we've seen here, and series for that matter. So the first one, a 3-point victory for Fireballs in that first round. Round 2, an 8-0 start for Chameleons, followed by a 6-0 start, or the 6-0 run, I should say, for the Fireballs. And then following that up was 4 straight points again for Chameleons before that final 2 from Fireballs. So really, the rhythm of that game just a game of scoring runs. It wasn't so much about back and forth. It was just one run for the other. And with that, though, we do have a third round on the way, happy to say. So let's see what we get real soon. Now for me, I'll be right back. Gonna get a quick hydration and prep for these final 10 minutes. Exciting match, though, so far. All right, here we go. I'm all fueled up, and hopefully everyone in the Twitch chat is as well. Been a very fun match thus far. And we're going into a decisive third, so buckle your seatbelts. We're getting to it now. 10 minutes on the clock. 0-0, fresh start for both these teams, and sudden death in a sense, and that would have been a deadly shot, and it still shall be from VR Zyda. 2 points first for Fireballs. And immediately, that's already going to be a great start for them. Making sure to get off on the right foot to this round. You know, not start off scoreless for the first 5 minutes like round 2. So, great job from them. This has been even. Again, this match was also a match cast redemption coming in. But that said, I was, told this match in particular might be a good one to cast. These two teams scrimming each other, and very even in the scrims, so I've heard. And hey, exactly as advertised, this match has been very fast and very fun. There's another one from VR again. The Zyda back-to-back to start it off for Fireballs in a strong fashion. Like I said, this is interesting. The flows of this match. It's back and forth. Just not in the scoring sense. It's back and forth in terms of scoring runs. So we did get a timeout initiated, it looks like. Here, maybe unpaused again. So, another accidental press, perhaps? I'm not quite sure. I can only assume, because I know sometimes when players spawn, they try to tap off the station here. What do you call this here? I forgot. The terminal. And they accidentally press buttons, switch to spectator, or press pauses, things like that. I mean, it happens. Either or, though, it's going to be another take back by the Fireballs. A chance at 3 in a row. A lot of ducks being shown, a lot of shots being thrown, and that's 6 in a row. Coming in from Fireballs now. All from VR Zyda, specifically. I see Newton Dad in the chat also, one of our newer casters, cameramen, saying one of their teammates on Echoholics does that all the time as well. Something to watch out for, indeed. It's mighty inconvenient, and less convenient would have been that shot. That could have been 9 points in a row. They're still going to get the disc back, though it looks like, eventually off the bottom of the floor. Fresh. So Chameleons certainly in a dangerous territory here, but a familiar one. Because 10 minutes ago, it was them who had this big lead. But now, just a taste of their own medicine, it seems like. So, let's see. Pia Peekaboo, a recovery, and a clear. I think for Chameleons, going to be very important to find and regain that control that they had in the last round. Try not to rush any of these passes or clears. Granted, the Fireballs are making it mighty difficult, because they are playing aggressive defense in that midfield. You can see it more once again, just in that last possession. But regaining possession is Chirby. Chirby eyeing that left lane, gets a successful clear. Needing to find some stacks or leeches, either or. There it is. The stack going through. They will have an open 3, potentially a tougher angle, and that's going to result in a bounce. So Gurakis takes it back, sends it over to the station block. And VR, who's been an absolutely hot hand, could have been once again. I think for Chameleons, they need to start just latching someone onto the feet, or just closing off VR Zyda here, because That's been a really, really hot hand, and make someone else score, if nothing else, for fireballs. So Chirby here with a recovery off a good stun. That's going to be a mid lane clear. And sailing in, maybe for a mail slot opportunity. Oh, but the overshoot could be costly. That was a perfect opportunity to cut that lead in half against the fireballs. Newton Dad saying sit on striker. I don't recommend it a ton, but you know when you get these clear hot hands where it's one person scoring over and over and over, that's when you gotta say, man, force somebody else to score. You know, make someone else get hot. That's the main takeaway from that. Not a strategy I would recommend all the time, of course, but, you know. When you've got someone who is just blazing hot, you gotta put a stop to it. Get the extinguisher out. Now, right now, it will be taken here by Freshy Fresh. Into the blue zone, and could it be a goal? Maybe. That's gonna bounce just a little bit left and a little bit high. Taken here by Dark Phoenix. Right back to VR, and as I said, that's 8 straight points for VR Zyda. You gotta stop it. Stop that player some way, somehow. How many points on the... Look, 17 points on the match. So definitely just opening up what is turned into kind of a gaping wound here. Sorry if that's too visual. But 8 straight points. And now it's just a mirror of round 2. Because round 2, in the first 5 minutes, at this juncture, it was 8 points straight to 0 for Chameleons, and now it's 8 to 0 for Fireballs. So really interesting turnaround. And a shot there gonna be snagged by Garacus. Could have been a 3-point slice, but that's gonna be a shot attempt perhaps. Bouncing it off the tunnel was a decent look. Recovery though to guess who? Let's see, that's gonna be a miss, however. Rebound taken by Archer. Archer losing it over to Gracchus. Gracchus, the turnaround fling, but turnaround ding by the boot over the reach of Zyda. Taken back by Freshy Fresh from that side panel. And it's gonna be Gracchus here with the disc. So has the lineup on some passes. Freshy behind. And a soft one, didn't really have the eyes, but knew the general area, so a nice soft pass to Freshy. Freshy over to VR again, and Zyda, all 8 points in the third round, 17 on the whole. And make it 10 points in this round, and 19 total for VR Zyda. 19 points, 2 assists, 2 saves. Now, credit to the teammates here, definitely feeding on the assists. I mean, 2 assists for Freshy and Gracchus with 6. But smoking hot at the moment is this player right here. So they gotta show some care for Chameleons because they are falling behind double digits now. They need a score here. They need it desperately, but no, a grab and defense being had, but rebounded, interception rather, coming in midways from Peekaboo. Peekaboo with a disc. Good pass up top to Dark Phoenix. Dark Phoenix driving in and driving it home. There's their first 2 points. It took 7 minutes of play, but that's gonna break the ice and hopefully for Chameleons, get them going. They've already shown that they can score a lot of points in a row on this team as well. So with 3 minutes left, it is definitely not impossible for another scoring run to make this a close round. So here goes Freshy Fresh over to VR Zyda. In the goal, meanwhile, Peekaboo and Dark Phoenix hanging out. Little bit of a pass fake from Zyda. Zyda, a tap off and throws down. 12 to 2. Back up by double digits again. That makes a dozen straight for Zyda on the side of Chameleons. So as I said, I would start latching onto the feet. You know who used to do that to me all the time, and it enraged me just a little bit. Speedy V from Illuma Duty over there in the Master Division of NA. And by the way, Gracchus just walks it in, dunking at that time. But I think that's the great part about Echo Arena, right? Is just the fact that there's such a variety of things you can do. You know, you have your metas, of course. You have different metas that work at different times. You have these rock, paper, scissors type situations. You know, we got, I mean, offensively, you got the fast rollouts, you got the slow rollouts, you got the clear and boost, you got the double stacks. Defensively, you have dive defense, you have man-v-man defense, you have zone defense, you have stick on your feet and stun you defense, stuff like that. But such a big variety of plays you can pull out depending on the context of a match. And the context of this match right now has really been a strong fireballs in the third round. They're showing some control here as they walk it into the goal once again. Gracchus looking for some points. Would have been back-to-back for Gracchus. Grack to Grack, I guess. But taking it back as Freshy Fresh. And over here to the side. Cross, delivery, recovery. Great save. Pia Peekaboo. So stifling defense inside that bubble. And taking it back is Chirby with a clear. So you see on the other end of things will be a Dark Phoenix turning around and maybe looking for the points. And gets it to go just as the defense returns. Dark Phoenix brings him up to 4. But 1 minute taken off the clock since that last joust, and unfortunately just the time will be out of the mix for a comeback. 25 seconds left. There's still time for one more score, however. Let's see. Thamic here sending it to the left lane. Gracchus with the take, being pressured, so passes it over to Zyda. Zyda has a cutter. Just eyeing it down themselves, and one more for the 16th point as the clock strikes 0 in just a second. The victory in 3 rounds going to the Fireballs.
That wraps up the round. Orange walks away.
And in that case, I believe 14 out of the 16 to Zyda, if I remember correctly. But that was a tremendous game, gotta say. Very interesting flows to that match. So we'll head over here to the score screen. As always, courtesy of our great friends over at Ignite, ignitevr.gg. And of course, go download Spark, formerly known as IgniteBot. Fantastic tool. Doesn't matter if you're a caster, a player on PC, or on Quest. You want to go download that because it makes life so much easier for everyone involved. It pulls and tracks stats. Lets you host matches and get people in the match without invites, including casters. A lot of fantastic tools on their side. So please go download it if you haven't already and go use it. Quest or PC, I mean, doesn't matter what system you're playing on, it works. And it works well. Now that said, we'll take a look at said stats courtesy of Spark and Ignite. And as you see, it was an unbelievable effort there. 37, in fact. Actually, no, that... Speaking of, that's a little bit off. I feel like it pulled some extra stats in somewhere. Zyda had 23 points. So somewhere along the way, we actually doubled up on stats. That's interesting. I have not seen that happen since months ago. Well, I'll give you a more accurate read of the stats here in just a second then. Let me see if I can rebound you to the gameplay screen. There you go, really quickly before it disappears. Man, iCasters cursed that totally. Ignite working so great for last several months. And then I say something about it, and then boom, it doubles up the stats. These are the more accurate ones for you, so I'll give you a look at that real quick before we actually go to the score screen again and take a look at the highlights. But 23 for VR Zyda, I mean Freshy Fresh with 2, Thamic with 4, Gracchus with 6, 7 assists too, which is super impressive. And then look at all those saves across the board. Yeah, lovely defense, and same applies over here for Chameleons. I mean, you can see the 3 saves for Pia Peekaboo and the 1 for Dark Phoenix, Archer with a couple as well. Points-wise, though, Dark Phoenix with 10, Pia Peekaboo with 4, as well as 2 assists, and Chirby with 4 and 2 assists, Archer with 2 points and 2 assists, and almighty amount of stuns as well between these players. Alright, but that said, we'll take it back to the highlights. And one final time, we'll take a look at some of those before we part off, though this will be just the one and only cast for the moment anyways for me, as I will check out the schedule later on. But yeah, thank you all for joining. It's been fun. So with that, everybody, I've been Palidore. You've been a great Twitch chat. Thanks again for stopping by. Newton Dad in there, Menacing Megi, Dan, Retep Worm, of course, Pyro Games, and many more. Illis, well, this one really bothers my dyslexia here. Ission. I wanted to say like Isleon for some reason. And Marisader. Marisader. My eyes. I'm getting old. Help me. But that said, let's see what's going on the other channels before I actually sign off here. Make sure, because I know we had Alikos, Ali, and Luke casting earlier on in the day for EU. And it looks like, alright, so currently our next scheduled cast will be starting in about 4 hours and 20 minutes from now, so easier to say that than do all the time zones for the different regions. But we have Newton Dad and Lord camming and casting Baked versus Easy Clap. And that'll be a fun one in the Diamond Division for North America. So that's our currently scheduled next match. There may or may not be other ones picked up between them, so just pay attention to vrml.com and stay up to date. But until then, fun times. I've been Palidore. This has been VR Master League Channel 2. Thanks for joining. Be happy, healthy, safe, be great to each other, and we'll see you again really soon.
We're underway.
Season 3 of VRML Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Rebuff Reality, Asterion Products, ProTube VR, VR Cover, Fixed Gaming, and VRware.net.